Welcome to Cooking in the Dark, connecting communities through yummy food. Well, I'm blind and often am cooking in the dark. Most folks I know cook in the dark because they don't know where their food comes from. This show is dedicated to shedding light on the people and the places where our food is produced, right here in Colorado. We're going to change the way you think about food, one bite at a time. Hi everybody, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Claudia Folka, your host. Today, we're going to venture down to Del Norte, Colorado and visit executive chef and co-owner of the historic Windsor Hotel. Chef Regan Briggs is going to teach us all we wanted to know about the heirloom tomato and how to make the best heirloom tomato salad. Well, thank you so much, Regan, for joining us today here on Cooking in the Dark. So give me a little bit about your background and tell us your full name and how you got here, and then let us know what you're going to be cooking for us today.
Sure. My name is Regan Briggs. I'm currently the executive chef and co-owner of the Windsor Hotel in Del Norte, Colorado. It was built in 1874. Del Norte, turns out, was actually up for the capital with Denver. So it was supposed to be the capital, and so they built this in hopes that maybe we could actually bring more people in to vote for Del Norte being the capital. Didn't work out.
Okay.
We have a great community. We have local farms that are within 20 miles all over the place. It's wonderful. So from those farms, pulling from Three Guys Farm out of Monte Vista. So 15 miles away, they have about 4 to 7 different kinds of tomatoes. So we have a couple here, a couple heirlooms from them.
Well, that's excellent. And I'd like you to explain to me a little bit about tomatoes, the different kinds of tomatoes we have here in Colorado. And what do you mean when you talk about heirloom tomatoes? Can you show us the heirloom tomato?
Sure. So there's actually about 21 different varieties of heirloom tomatoes. It's kind of funny. Heirlooms, it traditionally means just that it's been a seed that's been brought down from generation to generation, just like it sounds.
Okay.
And so here, I actually don't know the name of that variety of heirloom, to be honest, because they just started growing it. It's not the Brandywine. But Three Guys just moved here from Brooklyn, New York, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, crazy. And 3 Russians that live in the valley. So with that, we'll take the heirlooms and we'll make a salad out of arugula pesto, Humboldt fog cheese, champagne herb vinaigrette, and an 18-year balsamic out of Creed, which is just 40 minutes away.
Okay, and who knew that Creed, Colorado was going to be producing balsamic vinegar?
And
that only came from Italy.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, well that's terrific. Let's get started. Okay. So Regan, I wanted to ask you, I have a habit of asking my chefs, you don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Okay.
Would you blindfold yourself and show me how to prepare this salad?
Why not?
Okay, let's give it a go. All right.
Oh my goodness.
So you're blindfolded. How are you feeling?
I'm extremely vulnerable.
Okay. All right. So why don't you go ahead and here I am, and let's go forward and feel your space where you're going to cook and prepare the salad. So you know you're handed me the tomatoes. You know what everything feels like, right?
Yes.
Okay. And there's some cheese over here. I think it feels like cheese, right?
Yep. That's Humboldt fog.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
Flowers.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's go for this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we're making the pesto first.
So we're gonna make the arugula pesto.
Okay.
Okay. So we have arugula. It's from Stone Mountain Farms. So located right in South Fork. I feel like I'm gonna dump this all over the place. Let's go for it.
Go for it.
So they do crazy vegetables. Some of the best arugula I've ever had. God, the herbs, the vegetables that come from there, the baby beets are just insane. They're so wonderful. Okay. Olive oil.
How much olive oil do you put in there?
I'm gonna shoot for 2 cups right now.
Okay. So you have a lot of, you know, I do that when I'm cooking. I get it all over myself.
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah.
That's happening.
It's good for your skin, see? And then you can exfoliate with some sea salt.
Oh, check you out.
Right?
Okay, so
is that what you're putting on there now?
Yeah. Oh, no, I have garlic, but I have onion sea salt coming soon.
All right. Okay.
So I'm going to shoot for 4 cloves of garlic, peeled. We have an onion sea salt that is from Creed as well.
Okay. No, I've never heard of onion sea salt. And again, it's from
Me-
Creed. What is onion sea
So
salt?
they roast the onions, and then they grind it and then add that to the.
Do you want a lid on there?
I do, but I'm trying to figure out if I'm forgetting something because
Yes.
cheese is important.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not putting nuts in the pesto.
Okay.
We're gonna leave that be. That seems like that's gonna work. Okay.
So how long will this last, and where do you store it?
So I store it in the fridge. It'll last for. I mean, once you add garlic to an oil, actually, you have to throw it out after 7 days. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna reach over here. I know I have a rag here somewhere.
Yeah. Here we go. I got it.
Thanks.
You wanted the wet rag?
This is good. Yeah.
Okay, we can do this together.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's teamwork. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna reach for some tomatoes.
And what about freezing it? Your
You can definitely freeze it.
Okay, we put them right there.
Okay.
And you're using how many tomatoes?
I'm gonna use a half of each tomato.
Okay. And are you cutting them in a particular way?
I like wedges,
Okay.
so I'm gonna shoot. I'm hoping that they come out even. They might not. And it turns out a little less than half. Okay. And you might have to help me with assembly, making sure my colors aren't all together.
Well, I don't know what colors they are.
Oh,
so
yeah, that smell pretty good. That was
they smell
very
good.
observant of me.
No, but they smell really good. And I think that the arugula is going to make a great complement to
Okay.
the salad, or the tomatoes.
So I have a palette knife.
Right, it should be on the right side of your
Yep,
blender.
got it, yep.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
So I have a plate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna try if I can find it.
Okay.
I'm gonna spread the arugula pesto on the plate.
All over?
No, I'm a kind of a sucker for either brush strokes or palette swipes.
Uh-huh.
Some people call it the chef's pull,
Okay.
but just a kind of a quick,
Uh-huh.
and we're just gonna leave it that. And then we go through, let's see, I want the cheese.
Okay, I got cheese for you.
Oh, that might be a huge piece. This seems like it'll work. That's a huge piece. Putting the cheese to the side, and so
Okay.
I'm gonna try and plate as best I can.
Okay. And do you have a name for this salad?
It's a Three Guys tomato salad. Really
Okay.
simple, actually.
Okay.
I really prefer things simple. I don't like them. I like them to be approachable.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm hopefully.
And what is this?
So I'm putting on the 18-year balsamic from
Okay.
Creed, and
Okay.
then I have another squeeze bottle. Oh, I just found it. This is the champagne herb vinaigrette that we
Okay.
make.
Mhm.
Shallots and 5 herbs, Dijon whole grain mustard, olive oil, champagne vinegar. I'm gonna hope this is working out. And then we have, let's see. So we grow locally in our garden.
Mhm.
We have nasturtiums. We have another flower which I forget the name of. I don't speak camera.
Squash blossoms or something?
We don't have those, but it means
Okay.
like 1,000 bells or something.
Uh-huh. And what are you chopping right now?
So this is basil, also from our garden,
Okay.
which I'm sure I'm.
It smells wonderful. And there's
Yes.
many kinds of basil, right?
Yes.
So what
this is
basil
just
are we using?
Sweet.
Okay.
Just straight up sweet.
Mm-hmm. I think you've done it.
I think I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else that I forgot, and I'm just gonna say I'm
Okay,
good.
you're done. Okay, quit while you're ahead. Take off your
Yeah.
blindfold. Tell me how you did.
Wow, that's huge.
Oh, is this supposed to?
It's supposed to be
No,
smaller.
I thought you knew that I like salad because I eat a lot. So to me, actually, this is a smallish kind of salad.
Oh my
'Cause
goodness.
I sit and eat a huge plate of salad. So that's wonderful. I think we
It's
need
so
to taste
big.
it.
Please. Okay, so
Here,
here's
just put it there.
All right, and I'm gonna grab
Right
a piece
on.
of cheese.
Okay.
And preferably the gooey part because
Right.
God knows I love gooey cheese.
Gooey is good.
It's
Gooey is
ash
good. I love
ripened.
gooey.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna go in there with you.
Thank goodness my mouth is able to accommodate this.
I know, it's like, sorry, it's huge.
Oh my God. Regan, that
All
is
freaking
so good. That
Thank
is
you.
so good. And
Thank
it
you,
tastes
guys.
rich and decadent. And I
Bottoms
can't
up.
thank you enough for showing me how to make that salad, and I'm going to be sure and recreate it at home for my friends and family.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Wow, that tomato salad was amazing. So I thought, let's go down and visit the Three Guys Farm and learn more about the wonderful heirloom tomatoes that they produce right here in the San Luis Valley.
You know, right around 2008 and 2009, Serge and I, the third guy, we were talking about how we would start a business together eventually. And we were very much interested in doing something together. We weren't sure what yet. And after the financial crisis of 2008, we were thinking what would be a safe business to get into that also has the possibility to scale, right? Having seen startups rise and fall in the Silicon Valley, I really didn't, even though I was at the time involved with a tech startup as a co-founder, I really didn't want to do something strictly in tech. And so Serge, coming at it from a similar background in tech, he pretty much was thinking on the same wavelength, right? And he actually had a vision from the very beginning to get into agriculture. And he brought that vision to me, and I agreed, given the circumstances of the financial crisis, given my past with tech startups, that agriculture would be really cool. But not only that, both of us have very, very fond memories of living in Ukraine and working plots of land, small plots of land, and building things with our hands. And it's one thing to sit in front of a computer and code all day long and see the results of that kind of work, and it's a totally different thing to build a business from the ground up that has a lot of physical elements, greenhouse, working with plants, working with animals, working with food. Doing all of that is on a very different level, and it kind of has a different appeal. Here, it's a little bit slower paced than that. It's significantly slower paced in some ways, but we want to scale the business by using some of the things that we had learned from tech startups and from being in IT. So, we really do want to bring that to this eventually. And You're absolutely right. This kind of business does take much longer, and it takes a lot more work, and it takes, sweat and tears, and a lot of, as you were
lots of blood.
Lots of, not really, but
blood, sweat, and tears, right?
Yeah.
Whose idea was it then?
For the Three Guys Farm's name, Igor.
That was me.
Okay.
Yep.
I was 5.5 when 5 3/4, something like that. When we left Ukraine, there was about a 2-3 month period where we were in Italy, while all the paperwork and that stuff was happening. Kind of like in a refugee center thing.
Were you a refugee?
Yes. Yeah, we left, I think, on refugee status, I think. I was 5, I'm not 100% sure. So I did turn 6 in Italy, and a few weeks after that we were here. So August of 1989 we flew into Queens. We had family here, so that's when we arrived basically, and the adventure began.
We said to ourselves, we're making a big shift together, and we want to represent that, right? We want to represent that as much as possible, that 3 people from, in some ways, different walks of life, in some ways, similar walks of life, we're getting together.
Okay, you decided you're going to do the farm, you got your name, you incorporate. Where'd you incorporate your business?
Here in Colorado.
Okay.
So yeah, actually there was the step right between the name and the incorporation was finding where.
Right.
Finding where to do it.
Okay. How did you figure that out?
It was solar exposure, ease of doing business, cost of land was a huge factor. The San Luis Valley turned out to be a great spot for that. Ease of access to markets, so that was another big reason why the San Luis Valley, because it's right on, it's close enough to get to Denver, to New Mexico. This is a huge agricultural center, so we knew that going into it, and we knew that we could be a part of that community. We figured out that tomatoes, as a greenhouse-produced crop, are actually one of the most profitable crops outside of the ones that are not particularly legal yet. So So,
Or like saffron, for example.
yeah, or growing things that don't make sense in terms of space, right? So from a perspective of what is going to be delicious for us to eat, because that's something that when we got into this business, we knew that we wanted to control what we ate. That was actually a very core thing from the very beginning that we all discussed. And so what are we going to be passionate about growing in a greenhouse? Like, sure, we could do microgreens, we could grow various things other than tomatoes, but what are we going to enjoy day in, day out and not get tired of?
When you do what you love and it makes you a little bit of money, I mean, you'll end up a lot happier at the end of the day than potentially doing something for more money, but that is not really aligned with what you want to do.
And there are greenhouse producers that grow tomatoes that'll say, oh, I've eaten all the tomatoes that I can possibly eat and I can't continue, this is just not good. And I don't feel that way. I go in here and I'll rip a tomato off and eat it. The first thing we did today when we walked in is I handed you a cherry tomato. And that's something I look forward to. When are they going to ripen? When can I eat that fresh, delicious, tasty tomato?
Now it's time to teach my 2 young chefs how to make the wonderful heirloom tomato salad. Nora and Flynn, welcome to Cooking in the Dark, and I am so excited that I get to cook with you guys today. I'm really excited because we're going to make an heirloom tomato salad using some herbed goat cheese, and we're going to set it on top of an arugula basil pesto. So, I wanted to show you something really cool. Have you guys seen an heirloom tomato before?
No.
Okay, well, this is an heirloom tomato, and I bought this one because look at it. It's kind of reminded me of a heart. Doesn't it look kind of like a heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could use this one in our salad today. But we have a variety, and heirloom tomatoes come in a variety of colors and sizes and shapes. And if you haven't tried arugula, have you tasted arugula before?
No.
Okay, why don't you guys take a piece and just put it in your mouth and chew it. And a lot of people use this for salad. It's a little spicy kind of, and maybe a little bit bitter. Okay, we're gonna use that. And this is basil. Go ahead and take a leaf of that, and you can put that in your mouth, and we're gonna mix that together. The basil is a bit sweeter, so you're gonna find a balance between the spiciness and the sweetness of both the arugula and the basil. What do you think? Do you like that?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's raw, so that's okay. We'll see what it tastes like when it comes out. And you give me your honest opinion. But you know what's really important? It's not so much whether you like something or you don't, but that you're really willing to give it a go. And I really appreciate that. Some of the herbs that we picked up today are right here, and they come fresh from the farm. Now this is called thyme. We have sage. And then this is going to be oregano, okay? And we're gonna take all the leaves off, the stems off, and we'll chop it up and put it with the goat cheese. But before we get started with that, let's make our arugula, okay? Our pesto. So who wants to put the arugula in here? You wanna try that, Flynn? Okay, take that bowl and fit it in there. Just be careful that it all gets in there. You can help, Nora. Yay, okay. Now, set that aside. Okay, Nora, put the basil in there. That's perfect. Okay, Flynn, how are you at grating cheese?
I've done it before.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, let's grab the cheese grater. Great. You grate all of this. Okay, let's do this side. Okay? I'll move the herbs over here for the time being. And I'm going to get the garlic, and I'm just going to take, you guys like garlic?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good,
Well,
good.
not really plain.
No, of course not plain,
love
but
it plain.
okay, you do? No, you would eat it plain, huh? Okay, I think 5 cloves is going to be good, okay?
Okay.
So here's how we peel it, because we don't need it fancy, we're just going to throw it in the blender. So I'm going to smash it like that. And you can take the skin off. Flynn, why don't you step over here and I'll smash them and you take the skin off and throw them right in the blender, okay? There you go. Okay. Then we're going to take that bottle of olive oil and you can pour it all in there, okay? Okay, that's probably good. Yeah, everything. Now, I think that's probably gonna, let me see your end of it. You're so good at that. I'm gonna cut this up into chunks and we'll throw it in there. Go ahead and put all your bits in there.
Wait for
Oh, you know what else we need? Walnuts. Where did the walnuts go?
Oh yeah, but you
We
said
need
you.
walnuts, I forgot.
Oh no, you might have forgot them or if you didn't.
No, because somebody went and got them.
Yeah.
Woo! They just come flying out of nowhere. Like, that's TV magic. Okay, why don't you guys each reach in there?
Yeah.
Get a handful.
Yeah.
Okay, you too, Nora. That's good. Okay,
Yummy.
right. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right.
More cheese.
Okay, so now let's scoot over and put this on the blender, on the machine, okay? Okay guys, so we're gonna put this on smoothie because we want this to be smooth and creamy, all right? Okay, press it, go. So smooth, okay, let go, don't snake. You think it's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Feels really good, guys. I think you've got a winner here. Let's put the plate here, okay? And then we're going to go like this. Take this. So we're not using too much. We'll get a little more. Okay. So this is kind of brushing the plate. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, who wants to slice the tomatoes and lay the tomatoes right on here?
I would.
Okay, go ahead. Cut some tomatoes up, put them right
Here.
on here.
Do it. The red one first.
Okay. And that's how we're gonna plate this up. And then we're gonna cut up some of the cheese, okay? Okay, Nora.
Yeah.
Can you take those herbs and rip off all the leaves and just put them right there?
Okay.
Yeah, just make a pile
Like
and throw the
these?
stems. Yeah, so we'll just, these ones, yeah, we'll just take them off like that, right? Okay, you do those ones. Good girl. Can you hold this down for me so it doesn't fly everywhere? Thank you. Yeah, good job. Oh, you're strong. Okay. And take a bunch of this goat cheese like this, right? That Amanda made before. And we're just gonna mush it all together
Okay.
and then roll it into a log. Okay?
Yeah.
Get going. There you go. Nope, just take that. You guys mush it together.
Come on. Oh no.
Yeah. Roll it up in a log. Make sure you get, you know, all those nice herbs in there. Wow. Excellent. You guys are good at this. Okay. Is it a pretty nice log now?
Mine's not.
Right on. Okay. How are you doing, Flynn?
Good.
All right. You guys got a log?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna take my knife.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oop. And there is one piece. Here is another piece. Okay. Now, Flynn, why don't you decorate that with blue cheese and put that near the tomatoes. And then we'll cut the rest. Okay, let me have this. I'll cut that. Okay. Nora, why don't you do this one and decorate the plate? Does it look pretty or no? You don't think it
Yeah.
looks pretty?
It
You
kind of
guys
looks
designed
pretty.
it.
It kind of looks pretty.
Okay. Flynn, what do you think?
It looks delicious.
Oh, right. Okay, who's going to take the first bite? Go for it.
Yummy. Tomato. It's good. Do we have to have the tomato with it?
You can have whatever you want.
I'm just taking this tiny piece.
Okay.
No, Italian part. This part actually tastes really good.
No kidding. Really? Okay, see what happens?
Know where your day comes from. Don't get caught cooking in the dark.
Yeah. High five. High five. Right on. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. This program was brought to you by the generous support of Virtual Vanguard Productions, accommodations provided by Joyful Journeys Hot Spring and Spa, located in Moffett, Colorado. If you'd like more information about cooking in the dark, visit us at cookinginthedark.today or visit us at rockymountainpbs.org.